Hi, everybody. I've gone live a little early, so I don't know who's here yet. But I just wanted to make sure everything was working copacetically. Hope my mic is working okay. I checked with the settings, but I need um, real people to tell me if I'm coming in okay. So I know this is going to be replayed by people, and I usually on Sundays, I have my structured videos, but since what happened last week, all the, I don't even know what to call it, our big tower moment, right? This election, I've been trying to think about what to tell you because when I did my video, hi everybody, I I saw Kamala and Tim coming into the White House, and it was just so clear. And I did several readings after that, and at the end, I mean, I would continually get the hangman as a clarifying card, which I think is up in the air, and then it was two of cups, or it was strength, or the world, or the star always came up, and a lot of psychics felt a lot of self-doubt. I've been watching a lot of psychics, new psychics that just popped up on my feed. Thank you guys. I see you in the chat. I'm just wanting to start the video, and I know people are going to watch it on replay, and I started early, so I wanted to just start talking. But thank you for coming. I A lot of self doubt and confusion because we saw so strongly that Kamala won, and I talked to my guides about what I could do. Really didn't want to do any predictive reading the way I usually do because I didn't know right now with everything up in the air. I didn't know how effective it would be, or even if I had confidence to do it. But I know that communally, we all felt punched in the gut. Such a strong feeling of attack. And I literally was shaking the day of the election, not even seeing the results or anything that day. I could feel it so strongly, and I had been feeling it coming on for a while, but that day I literally started shaking. Came over my body so strong. And the next day, I I asked my guides because being a psychic, being a light worker, whatever, we get psychically attacked, and if we the more we work in that realm and trying to help other people with identify that kind of psychic, negative psychic attack and helping dispel it, it felt so familiar. And so I asked my guides, is this what's happening to me? Am I being psychically attacked by demonic forces or negative forces? And then it came into my mind, am I being attacked by Putin's negative forces? Is because sorry, I don't mean to be getting over my my own words here, but I have so many thoughts coming into my mind, and it's going to be jerky. Sorry, or I apologize if this is jerky, but it was so like resonate. It resonated with me so much. Like, yeah, that is what's happening. And so I asked my guides then, do I need to do some kind of protective work to put it away from myself? Because I can't go on like this. I'm feeling so sick. And they said yes. And so I have done those kind of ceremonies where a lot, where I've successfully done that kind of thing. for myself and others, and so I just did what I normally do, and I heard new words like, and I've been ma by the way, I've been making these community posts, I don't know how many people have seen them, that each morning I ask my guides what they need to tell you, I ask the angels, and I include a angel picture, and that is what they feel really strongly that you need to know, and it has been about identifying where you feel attacked, because they say that's the chakras that are being attacked and the chakras that are being targeted, and they say that you need to scan your body for that, and then you can imagine that they are, that imagine that negativity is like thick, dark smoke, and then imagine it being dispelled from your chakras, and then imagine them being filled with white light. And then I heard wrap yourself in light as a way to envision it, that you're wrapping yourself in light, and you're also wrapping everybody else in light that you love, or who, you can send it out to light workers or everybody who's feeling this way. And you then, or for me anyway, everybody has a different way of protecting their space, especially if you do. Hi, I see all these people coming in. I say hello to you all. Um, and then what I'd like to do is I have a bottle of essential oils and flower essences and uh, water, and I shake it up and I spray it around my house, and I make sure to open a window. And the guides have always told me to do it clockwise through your whole house, and then you come back to where you are. And when I actually did that, I can't tell you how much more peaceful I felt, how better I felt. I was stunned at how effective that was. So I've been trying to do that every day. And also, the guys are wanting to give you different aspects of that, so that, oh, like a protective shield or dome, however, or bubble of mirrors, reflective mirrors, and they want you to reflect back that negative energy sevenfold. That's what they told me. I said tenfold, threefold. No, they said sevenfold. That is what they want us to do. And in doing so, and by the way, Charlie, and or sorry, Ron, Daddy, I don't think it's, I asked the guys, I don't believe it's Mossad. We're not being attacked by Mossad. We're being attacked by Russia. And we were attacked by Russia, uh, 2016. The same, I felt the same, maybe worse this time, but I felt the same cognitive dissonance. This is crazy. Because what has happened is that we've been attacked by Russia, physically, emotionally, psychologically, and we've been being attacked by them for a long time, and spiritually. And it's if the they dropped a nuclear bomb on us, and they've done it, of course, with inside help, and they rigged our elections. We know this. Millions of votes went missing. Uh, The election was called like that night, and I swear, and I hope I'm not. I want to say for entertainment purposes only, because what I'm going to say now, I cannot prove, and I apologize to the Associated Press, but I think they're part of it. We trust the Associated Press, but they're the ones who called all these Senate races and Congress races that aren't really, with all the missing votes. Do you think, like, with 20 million missing votes or 15 or whatever it is, that we can call these races yet? That's insanity. And so many people are uh, finding out that their votes weren't counted. There were the bomb threats, right? And of course, the usual suspects. Why wouldn't it be uh, Elon Musk and Starlink? He's been meeting with Putin for quite a while now. Why wouldn't it be Peter Thiel and Vance and all these people who, down the line, the GOP officials, that woman, do you remember yesterday, that woman, there's an Australian woman who was caught burning or throwing away ballots. This has been going on all over the country. This was the attack. This is why, Pu- uh, sorry, not Putin. Trump said he doesn't need votes. We know this. We've been watching this, and the problem is, like, what does Putin use that tactic of gaslighting? And gaslighting is very destructive. To tell you something, like Trump does it all the time. The GOP do it all the time. The media does it all the time to tell you that something is real when it's not, or something is not real when it is. And that's why we feel sick to our stomachs also, this cognitive dissonance, because we know the truth. We feel it in our gut and we feel it, we know it logically. But we're being told by media news sources that we have to believe what the GOP want us to believe and not to believe the truth. And that is so damaging. So that is a very powerful and effective tool that Putin has used, and in cahoots with, I'm sure, the usual suspects in countries, North Korea, Saudi Arabia, Iran, whatever. And I have done videos, several videos on the media that are all about how the media, 90% of the media now is owned. I thought it was less, but somebody corrected me. And you can Google this. This isn't just, like the GOP or Putin form of, QAnon, whatever. This is true because you can look at there's a lot of charts on Google or wherever. You can actually research yourself. What is the money source? Who owns the media? And even CNN, MSNBC, all these people, they have at the top of the hierarchy Trump surrogates. And because the laws have been so diluted, we don't know what countries are, giving that money. And we also know that Elon Musk owns X, formerly Twitter. So where are we getting our information from? And that it makes sense if you're a small country like Russia with limited resources, and you pick the right people and you have enough. I mean, is a billionaire, one of the richest men in the world, because he steals all of Russia's money. But where do you put your money? Where do you put your efforts into controlling the narrative, into buying the media? I mean, he's KGB, 100%. And you use those tactics on brainwashing the the public, at least enough, a good portion of them, so that you can get your people in and you can take over. And he's been doing this not just in the United States. That was Brexit. He was responsible for the recent chaos in the Georgia elections, the attempted to take over there, Moldova, all the Western democracies have been under attack. And we are the latest one. So there's so many questions. It is an active war, Charlie. 100. I'm gonna put your yes. It's an act of war, and we feel like we've been hit by the mother of all bombs. And I just want to confirm your feelings, because you're all feeling that, and we're looking for sources to tell us that what we feel and our logic are true, and that whatever the gaslighting that's been going on, what's really happened, and so many questions about, and I'll get to them, because I know people are asking them right now. What's going to happen? Yes, Trump lost, Joanne, here. Um, but well, I missed it. She just basically said Trump lost, but the question is, will Biden turn our democracy over to a felon? No, honestly, I don't believe that. No, I wanna, like, because this, sent such self-doubt, I didn't see this coming. Some people, some psychics did. I didn't see this blip, but I do see I do see, I can't help it, I do see that we will have our democracy, and that the Senate and the House are strongly Democratic. When all the votes get counted, we will gain them back. It's so close now anyway, even with this theft. And there's no doubt in my mind that when you look at these states, these swing states had voted in so many Democrats and then didn't choose a Democratic president, and they're trying to gaslight us saying, "Oh yeah, people didn't want a, black Asian woman and they weren't ready for it." Oh, BS. Look at the energy that she had before the polls. She knew. Nancy Pelosi, I saw her say that she was very confident that we were going to take the House. So Nancy Pelosi knows the numbers. Harris knows what the uh, even the exit polling numbers were. They all knew the internal polling, and it just blew their. I don't want to say, not blew their minds, but it just it confused them because they couldn't figure out how that happened, how all of this was happening, because they really felt the election was secure. Unfortunately, it's like a Trojan horse, which I'm going to say is Elon Musk. There were vulnerabilities and that they didn't catch, and I believe, entertainment purposes only, that there were, from the Trump administration, leftover, uh, I want to say, insurgents or whatever, people who were working for Trump in all the agencies, including the security agency, that somehow opened the door for it to happen. But it was very under the radar somehow, because you had these people in these agencies in critical places. And I would say, and obviously, all in the states, the GOP, they worked really hard to get, um, uh, on a local level, people in the polls that were going to help. They have no qualms about cheating, and we looked at the fake electors that were sent in 2020. Why not just do more of the same, but do it in a roundabout, more clever way that it would actually work? But the problem is that it's too egregious. If they had done it more subtly, they may have gotten away with it. But I cannot believe, from what I feel in the energy of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, that they're going to just sit back and let it happen. They're on it right now. I do believe they have to be on it. Harris is a prosecutor, and they have the information. I see, like, Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, Bill Clinton there. I see a situation room where they're just I don't want to say frantically, but they're just on it right now. And what my guides say, and I hope I'm right. Yeah, yeah, Pam, here. Why do I? Oh, this disappears because I put my cursor on it. Yeah, Pam Pierce says it's not even logical that Trump won the popular vote, um, and but all the swing states, but people believe it. I feel like Americans need to be deprogrammed. Well, I think so too. I agree with you, Charlie. Biden will not give America to Putin. Look how active he's been in helping Ukraine. He he needs to make some serious decisions about what to do about Russia, because we are at war with Russia right now. We have been, as what we might they might as well have bombed Washington D.C. So there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. And I think I asked the guys. I said, "Well, will the votes turn up? Or those like, I don't know whether it's 15 million." Oh, that's right. Charlie, you're making some great points here. You're on it here. We also had the cyber ninjas in machines in 2020. Uh, um, what was I saying? That, oh, I asked if the votes will turn up. all those millions of votes, are they gone? And the guides say, yes. And I'm gonna use my pendulum as I ask the guides, just confirmation. And if you see me swinging it around, it's just how I open a portal up so I I can hear them more clearly. And they're here. They're here right now. So yes, the votes will be found. I'm feeling like chills. It's resonating so strongly. And everything will be put to right. They just said to me, hold on to your hats, kids. It's going to be a bumpy ride. But in the end, justice will prevail and the rightful uh, um, appointed people will enter as the presidency or be sworn in. I keep on hearing people say installed. We don't install our politicians. Thank you very much. We swear them in. They take an oath. They're not installed like in some you know, fascist dictatorship. So Debbie, well, I believe the outcome is being changed. What's on us? 20 million, Twist. Yeah, um I heard I thought that too. So so Debbie Power says, Melissa, there's another psychic who seems who seems situation in exactly as you described. Oh, that's very possible that all these, you know, the spirits of the White House are involved. Absolutely. Um, oh yeah, yeah, Debbie, that's that woman. It's so big, it's so egregious about what happened, and it's so in our faces that was it statistically right now with all of the potential of the women, you know, November and the youth coming out, and that less Democrats voted in this election than in during the pandemic in 2020. That's insane. It makes no sense. None of it makes any sense. I believe Kamala Harris didn't concede. I believe that if you hear her words, she talks about fighting. And I got something from her, like fundraising, to say every vote must be counted, like it was, you know, donate. So because there's still all these races up in the air, every vote must be counted. But the problem this time, and maybe it was a little bit, maybe I guess yeah, with the red wave myth, the media participated in that, and it's we have a media who's participating in this. And I believe I've had thoughts about that. Oh, I think that's a good point. You guys are all making such great points. I'm sorry I can't put everybody's comment up here. Um, that when I'm gonna just envision it as when, and if it doesn't turn out that way, forgive me. I'm just a human being, but I this is what I'm feeling right now. This is the energy that I'm tapping into. It is what it is, and I remember watching Linda recently, Linda G, and she's like, I didn't even know whether I should come back on YouTube because she was so thrown off. And I had that moment myself. But I realized I watched all these other psychics and they were confirming what I was feeling. And I thought, heck, I need to come back on and just tell you what I'm feeling. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But what I see is a really strong Democratic House, Senate, and in the presidency, enough so that there can be investigations started, funds allocated to investigate, but also to look at the media and how it needs to be totally reshaped to get foreign money out of the media, to make the media accountable so that like it used to be that just Fox was infotainment, but or an Alex Jones, but now all of them are. And even MSNBC has fallen from grace with just a few outliers like Maddow or Lawrence O'Donnell. And we need to demand, we need laws to protect us from gaslighting. We need fair and balanced news. We need fact checking. We need the truth. We shouldn't have these major news outlets with their own agendas, uh, creating a false reality, because that's not what news should mean. News can mean different opinions, etc., but not presenting something that's false as fact, not aiding and abetting an attack and an attempt to topple our American democracy. That is not what news is for. Whether it's social media or whether it's mainstream media, and we have to go digging on the periphery to find what resonates with us as truth. Yes, exactly. Um, and I, I think that that is possible if we have a strong democratic um, government. You know, we have strong government, executive, whatever, governmental branches, and then yeah, we're going to deal with the Supreme Court. But we have to uh, oust Russia's pernicious influence, because really, what are we seeing? We're seeing Russian influence. We're seeing Pravda on every damn channel, and I'm not, I'm not kidding. So that's what has to happen, and I see it happening because you know, in the spiritual realm, we've done had a retrograde in to Capricorn. This is all the old stuff that we've been dealing with. But on the 19th of November, Pluto goes into Aquarius, and I think that's just going to bring this huge shift. Do you see anything about balance and water? That's Mimi. I'll put you out. I'll ask the guides. You're welcome to ask me questions. I know you've been asking me, and I just have I've been ranting here, or trying to at least explain all these thoughts that have been going through my head and what I have been hearing from my guides. Um, let's see. Yes, I do see that. But the thing is, the people, I think there's going to be a call for all of us to make sure our vote's been counted, and there's this ability to trace, even if the ballot disappears, like there's an ability to connect each of million, you know, all the millions of us with our individual vote. So that's what I see, that they can't just like get rid of votes and all of a sudden there's no way, paper trail. There is a paper trail. I think we all have to participate in it. I know that where I am in Michigan, which there's no way that we voted Trump in here. I mean, it went blue pretty much down the line, except the House, but even that question, because we have such a MAGA presence here. They didn't vote for Harris to be president, wants, you know, for Harris to be president, and wants to be vice president, because we have Governor Whitmer here. It's ridiculous, and there's been a lot of anomalies. A lot of anomalies all over the country, especially in the swing states. And yes, some of those, somebody asked me, like, were some of those elections valid, like New Jersey, and some not? And I'll ask that question right now. Yeah, some were valid. They kind of like tried to make it look like it was reasonable because they didn't just let all of the MAGA win. And maybe there were ways some of those elections were a little bit more protected, but the major ones, they were mainly focusing on the Senate, House, and the presidency, and they were going to allow just enough votes, not enough Democrats in, like in the Senate and House, but still maintain a majority they don't really have. But they really focused on the top of the ticket, and they thought they're so clever. Yeah, New Jersey, yay! Um, Yeah, yeah, Kathy, I'm from Michigan too. There's no way that what it turned red. There's just no way. There was so much shenanigans in Detroit too. We haven't even started to hear about it. Oh, here, look at Sandy. My vote still hasn't been processed yet with Oklahoma State Board of Election, checking daily. Yeah, Finbar here. The anomalies are off the chart. We know this. Millions of us know this. We're just kind of waiting, praying that will Biden, Joe Biden, save our democracy. But I can't. I just want to understand. I have felt Biden's energy as he's a good man. He's a powerful man. He's been so maligned, and I just can't see how he's not gonna save us. So, but we need to participate. I've been hearing that from other psychics, but I believe that too. We as a people need to rise up. There have been marches already. They're not. None of this is might be well publicized because like on my like Samsung News, I'm seeing uh, Trump decisively takes the presidency, and I want to turn all that stuff off, those notifications. Like what? You know, calling for races that haven't even been settled. Oh, really? I've got to check my ballot. I got a notification. I sent an absentee ballot, and I got a verification that I sent it in. Um, And but I'm gonna check too. We all need to. That's what we need to do. We all need to check. We all need to move on this, and we all need to be vocal. I it's just insanity. But that's Putin's way because he creates insanity. He wants us to be attacking each other. You know, I watched the like some of the I don't even really watch their videos. I just kind of watch what comes up on my YouTube feed. And already you have these pundits, you know, like that we think are Democrats, devouring the Democratic Party and criticizing them. James Carville, these people, even Michael Cohen. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, Harris ran a stellar campaign. To talk about the election right now. Talk about the fraud, the potential of fraud. Don't just go into this like a automatic mode of now how can we tear our party apart? And then on Twitter or X or whatever, there's all kinds of divisive. There's a lot of trolling happening right now. You guys, uh, we should probably uh, clear. Um, that is a like a ruse, you know, to we're not election deniers. The election was stolen, and so just to think, oh my God, like I don't want anybody to think I'm an election denier. That's Russia has set that up, has programmed us very much by Trump, like the boy who cried wolf. And I don't mean to put you down. I understand a lot of people might feel that way, but when you've been like conditioned enough and you know, Trump stopped the steal is like now generalized into anybody who questions an election is wrong. But then you continue to have all this election uh, interference going on. It's a form of I don't know what would you call it, guys? You know, like when you're being brainwashed or you're being kind of gaslighted so that you don't know where you are, you don't know what's true, you want to believe what they tell you, you want to be like they tell you. No, we have to protest, we have to deny this election because look, remember in the last election how many recounts there were, and every time there was a recount in every state, Biden kept on gaining votes. There was no doubt after how long, how like a year, 2 years, how long all those lawsuits went on, that every single time Biden got votes. Well, let's have those lawsuits. Let's see what happens. Let's not just be conditioned to go like lamb to the slaughter or lambs to the slaughter because no, we have been played with, we have been manipulated to be in this state of cognitive dissonance. So I'm just saying to you, Claire, that we're not denying an election, we're just asking for every vote to be counted. Is that not fair? So that's what we have to do. We have to fight for our democracy. Well, Finbar, nothing has really been decided yet. He's asking, why can't we get a recount? Well, nobody said we can't yet. Look, how many days has it been since the election? I think that uh, Biden, Harris, and a lot of people of their ilk are trying to figure out how to approach this because it's such an egregious betrayal, such an egregious interference. We thought the coup was bad, the attempt on January 6th, 2020. This is far worse. And oh, I forgot. I wanted to say that I want like when I asked my guides like why this happened, like why couldn't I see like all the tumult that was going to happen? They said, We just didn't wanna show it to you because we wanted to show you the end result." And I feel like it's the same in this time around, because they always said everything's gonna be okay, even though it seemed insane, I mean, how could it be okay when we were watching the MAGA storm the Capitol? Yeah, Kathy, so that's what I wanted to come on and say today to you about what what's been transpiring in my mind and also tell you how I've been managing to keep my own sanity. There has been a prayer requested for anybody who wants to take part. So I'm non-denominational, and it's just a prayer to whomever, the spirit of America, just a way really to clear our negative energy, connect in light, and send anything back that's being sent to us. And I just wanted to let you know for anybody who thinks and it's okay, I'm a psychic. What are you going to want from me? Of course I'm going to believe in this stuff. But I decided I'm also, by the way, very empirical by nature. So, and I have a master's in science, just so you know. So I I have both, right? Left and right brain, I'm very skeptical, but at the same time, I'm open to miracles and wonder, then both of those things. And I like being that way because when I'm reading for you and I know that just like myself, we're looking for some kind of confirmation, some answers. I want to be grounded for you so that as much as I can, as an imperfect human being as I am, and, channel, I want to channel the best I can for you. I work on myself every day to be the best channel I can be so that I can draw in the truth for you and do the best I can. So I I I think that at least spiritually, and I feel it every day more and more powerfully because I pray every day, light my candles of protection. I surround myself with light and I feel better. I don't I'll wake up in the morning with this anxious pit in my stomach, this broken heart. But then when I do the work, I I can't explain it to you. There's so much light comes in. There's so much light available to us. The angels are here. They are here at this time. The archangels are here at this time with us. And they fill me with light, and I've heard other people say the same thing, it's not just me. So, for people asking how you can kinda get through this time, we really need to come back to ourselves. We really need to, uh, as I said before, figure out which chakra is being attacked, what part of your body is being attacked, uh, uh, do chakra work, surround yourself with light, put a protective bubble over you of like a reflective mirrors, and send any negative attack back to wherever whoever is sending it to you. Sevenfold is what my guides told me. And that and then cleanse your house. Like you can sage it. You can I spray it with essential oils and vibrational flower essences. Go through my whole house. Do it every single day because psychic attack is insidious. And there are times you kind of go, is this really happening or not? But I can tell even if it's a placebo effect or psychosomatic, whatever it is, that has been working really well for me. So that for those of us who do that kind of work, that increases our ability to channel the angels who want to come in and help us. And I just wanted to say this about our angels in terms of my work with them. I wrote a book. A Bridge of Light, How to Pray to Angels. What they told me when I was writing that book was that the only way they can really intervene is when we raise our vibrational frequencies, whether it's through prayer, lightening up, however we do it, then they can come and channel through and they will come and do the work. They will fight for us, but because of the human experiment, because of ascension, evolution, all these things that we're as humans participating in, they can't just do it without us. We have to lighten our vibration. We have to dispel our fear and come into our higher mind, connect with our higher self. And that is right now, if you want to do anything, you're tasked to do that every single day for a period of time and let them come in. And there's something else I wanted to say about kind of left me, but it'll come back. Just it's I see such hope and promise for the future. I just see this as temporary, but it's such a challenge for us. It wasn't like Putin was going to go away. You know, we're still in this war, whether it's between democracy and fascism or good and evil. Uh, we have to be careful not to be victims and become empowered. And even if you don't believe in any of that, stuff, whatever, one of the things that's really helping me right now is taking action. So it may not necessarily be political action, but I'm putting my energies into something positive, and I'm feeling like that is really helping me just to direct positive energy somewhere, get something done, even if it's cleaning a room or uh, I don't know, finishing up your fall stuff or uh, working on writing that book you did, you've been putting off. And I this one thing. Let me hold on. I gotta ask my guides for more information here for you. Oh, I can tell them about that. I asked if I could tell them about something that I'm excited about in my own life that I'm putting, energy into. Oh, they say now because I see all these questions. And you guys, anybody who joined kind of midway through, we discussed a lot of the stuff you're asking about already. And yeah, Debbie, um, well, I've been watching Rosie too and Kareen. That has popped up on my feed. Uh, the Spirit Whisperer, he's been great. Um, I saw a really great astrology, like 3 astrologers, like an astrology video going over like all the important aspects and how they see it. And everybody's saying that I'm resonating with, well, of course, because this is how I feel too. It's not over. It's not over. We're going through a lot of gaslighting. If we're looking at the news, and this, I would say to you, go on a news fast or go on a Twitter fast for a little while, because that gets your adrenaline flowing. That kind of speaks to your fear brain, and we need to be in our higher brains whatever happens. This is a spiritual war. Oh, before I tell you the thing I was going to tell you, it's not that important really, to tell you, but I I did look. Like I told you, I'm an empirical person. Like, so I'm like, and I've heard that. Has anybody else heard that Putin uses witches and psychics, and he has for a long time? Oh, good, Susan. I love it. You can tell more about that. Um, I started looking for articles like, is this really true? Does Putin really use black magic? Or is that just something I've read? And so I Googled that and I got this. I believe this is like, I'm not going to play it because it's a witch coven, a Russian witch coven that it's the global news, and there's a lot of these witches. I'm going to just kind of show you my phone. I don't even know if you can see it. I'll give you the article. I really like don't want to play it because they're actually chanting in this a special power circle of protection for Putin. Let me see if I can give you the right data though. It says Russian witches send Putin special circle of power energies, and this is was on February the 5th of this year. Let me see if I can. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see it. So this is the video, and these are all the witches that are taking part in this ceremony for Putin. And trust me, they're sending this, not just all these witches, and it looks like there's like 100 of them or something. Big coven. I thought there should only be 13 in a coven. They're working on it. They have their own psychics. We have I know that we have psychics working with our government and have for years and years. And there's this crazy like war of psychics and witches, and I just recently read that Putin a few months ago went to visit shamans up in Mongolia to get permission to throw a nuclear bomb on Ukraine, because he's very superstitious apparently, and he wanted to know if it would disturb the spirits. And I believe the shamans in Mongolia probably said, no, I don't think so, because come on, a nuclear bomb would affect them. I'm like, how like crazy is that? So this is why I believe that uh, we are being attacked by these psychic forces, because you can find that it's actually going on. I mean, it's a real thing. I'm not just making it up in my head. So that's I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I'm really curious. Oh, thank you for supporting each other in the chat here, because I know people are freaked out. Yeah, I'm gonna put Paul's comment up here. I just have this gut instinct that investigations are taking place behind the scenes about this election, and Biden and Kamala are presenting quiet and business as usual to the public. I agree. And he's a Scorpio, man. He's gonna Biden. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you guys. I hope you're finding this uh, helpful. I just wanted to come in. I thought, well, what information can I give? But I can definitely give you, as far as I'm hearing from my guides, spiritual information, because this is spiritual war. And we are at this division like the two of wands, which way are we going to go? And I've been aware for quite some time about Pluto coming into Aquarius, and then everybody talks about ascension and our coming into our light bodies, and but we can choose not to. We can be in the heavier vibrations. So this is the time, as Pluto comes into Aquarius, November 19th. We're going to see that even amping up more. So somebody's saying, is Elon going to be deported? Oh God. Yeah, isn't he an illegal immigrant? Did anybody read that? He he was an illegal immigrant for years. Yes, light against dark. Thank you, Charlie. Um, yeah, uh, Susan, awesome. Oh, never mind. Anybody who's late, Debbie, it's fine. You can watch this on replay. But I'm so grateful for everybody who's participating. Thank you so much. We will get through this together, because love, what do they say? I hate his name in this, but love trumps hate. Love is the strongest force. Light will uncover what's in the darkness. It will. And we all need to give space for that. And one of the things I've been feeling as I've been going out into the world, because I live in a really liberal town, everybody has a lot more kindness and compassion with each other. It's like we're not really speaking about what happened, but we're all kind of more caring for each other. It's interesting. Yes, I agree, Liz. Let Biden use his superpowers now, right? He's got immunity for a reason. Let's see it happen. So the 15th looks promising, Charlie. How so? Can tell us more? Oh, yeah, Kathy, that we it's worthwhile trying the protective dome. Just send all that negative energy back to Putin. Can you imagine all of us, like all the light workers and everybody who does this kind of, spiritual work, which we're all light workers, really. We all want to bring the light in. Um, Sending all of that back to whomever sent it, and like that's going to be pretty heavy for them because I don't believe they can protect themselves from it. They can't just bounce it back because it comes from them. We're just not accepting it. And I don't believe that they really would think that we would do that. Like they think we're just all nice, empathetic empaths, They're not gonna fight back. Can you imagine like if this really kind of comes down to it and we do this thing, then we are fighting this war and I believe because Putin is susceptible to the spiritual plane, I think it can do a lot of damage. We can unsettle him, and we need to want to do that because it is wrong. My Archangel Michael would say, definitely. I should ask for my guides. Yes, he's giving us full permission to do as much damage as we want because we're truly fighting the devil. What card comes up in every reading? Yes, let's fight back spiritually. This is something we can do. And please, everybody, there's very powerful people here, very wonderful channels of the light. We all can do this thing. This is what we were born for. I've been thinking that. Yeah, the psychic dummy. I like that. You kind of bringing tears to my eyes, guys. Um, oh, it's wonderful, and be creative in your what you envision. That's what it's all about when you work with your guides and your angels. Just be creative. As always, I think the caveat for me that has always guided me is for the highest good of all. So whatever I'm asking for, praying for, envisioning. Oh, I put that in my book. I'm pretty sure that then I'm fine because they won't let anything happen that like wouldn't shouldn't happen. Like it's not for the highest good. And then I'm like go for it. Yeah, yeah, Mike, can you tell us? Do you know more about that? I don't know if you just showed up, but I just showed people from on my phone a video from the global news. It shows like it looks like 100 witches or something, a lot of witches doing a coven in February that like to protect him. And he's got a lot of those kinds of dark magicians working for him, and dark witches and dark shamans. Like so, that's why we need to fight back. We need to send all that bad juju that's being sent to us. We need to just deflect it away, send it back to him. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Yeah, yeah, Mike. Damn, Putin. Putin. Oh my God, Putin needs to be stopped in terms of his negative attack on the world. He is, what's the word? He's like a mass murderer, and I don't need to go into what Putin is. Um, so thank you, Mimi. She says you be you. um, so I'll look at your questions now. Oh, this is nice. I'm gonna read your comments. I think I've said what I wanted to say. I know that I was gonna tell you a little story about something I'm putting my energy into, but I don't want to detract from this topic. Um, yeah, Debbie. Also, I know he was sick. He had bad juju pointed at him. Yeah, please, please, please. Um, so I need a good energy for this little story I'm going to tell you. But you guys, probably a lot of you are cat lovers. So, what's been distracting me that's been helpful is that I've been feeding a feral cat, or not well, he's stray feral for about 5 years, and he's always run away from me. He's always been too frightened to come up to me, but he shows up for his food, and I put heated shelters outside and everything. But this summer, he actually crossed the line, and he was watching me pet a neighbor's cat that used to come around a lot, and he let me pet him. And we've been developing this relationship now since the summer. And in the meantime, a lot, a few aggressive. I was not a lot, but a few aggressive cats. One who mauled him pretty badly. Um, have been like asserting themselves, and I just don't want to see him go through one more winter. So my energies have been focused on how to get him in a carrier because I've gotten him pet insurance. And I made an appointment with the vet on Monday. And I just want to envision that he lets. Well, I have been picking him up recently. I can't believe it. He lets me just kind of pick him up and put him down, but I've never put him in a carrier. So that's what I've been thinking of, like how to make my house ready for this cat and changed my life because I don't have an animal right now. And his name is Winston. When he comes to that name, my guides, I was trying all different names and I asked my guides what is his name that he would come to, and they said Winston. And he, when I call him, he stops. And he's started to run up to me, and he loves being petted. I can pet him for like ever. And if I go away, he tries to pull me back with his paw. So that's where my energy is right now, in taking this cat in. But it doesn't have to. Thank you, Deborah. She says that's kind. Yeah, I just can't see the alternative with this, with Winston having to deal with these cats. And I've begged the neighbors, like, keep your cat in because your cat is really aggressive, and it's on my property, and I usually don't mind cats on my property, but this one is hurting other cats, and they're not listening to me. So this is what I'm doing. Um, but if I feel like positive energy, something that is, so we're not just dwelling on this other thing, but we're actually feeling empowered, feeling good about ourselves, feeling excited about something, helping somebody, something, making something better is a really good way right now to, and that's why I told you the story, is a way to direct your energy. And I'll give you updates about Winston. I'll give you a picture and everything. It's a whole new world. I hope he lets me take him. If he doesn't, I'll just be patient and it will be another day. But I'm asking my angels to help me, like, just, if I can pick him up and then put him in a carrier. And this stray, by the way, he's a TNR cat. I don't know if you know what that means. It's a trap, neuter, and release program they have here locally. And there's an agency. It's with Alley Cat Allies, and they'll take cats that are stray. They'll take them to their location, and they'll see if they're rehomable. But if they don't think they are, they they clip one of the ears and they give them a vaccine. I think they chip him. I'm hoping they chip him because then we can find out, like, if he, how old, when that actually happened to him. I think it was just a few years ago, and then they put him right back where they found him. So he's a TNR cat. And he was trapped once before. I think maybe he's not happy about being in um, a crate, but this is a nice carrier. He trusts me now. Um, oh, I don't. Yeah, yeah. Somebody asked me how old is Winston. I think he's 6 or 7. I can't really remember when he appeared. When he first appeared, he had a collar, and then he disappeared, and then he kind of showed up again without a collar. I think it was pre-pandemic, but maybe the year before the pandemic. So he might have been a year old then. I'm not sure really how old he is. Oh, what color is Winston? Winston is looks like a Maine Coon. You know how Maine Coons, um, uh, I'll try to grab a picture on my phone. They're like what are they called? Like white and caramel and black and whatever, with that Maine Coon kind of face. But I think he's not full Maine Coon because he's a little small to be a Maine Coon. Yeah, thank you, Lisa. Mirrors around the USA. Yay, Mimi, go. And well, we have all our lives. We have been building up to this moment. Every adversity we've gone through, every challenge, every time we've been psychically attacked, every time we have found we we have found ways to dispel it. Just even whoever, the neighbor or whatever, whomever is attacking us. Uh, uh, and every time we've felt like a closer connection with our guides and our angels, all of this has prepared us for this moment in time. It is this moment in time that we have prepared for on our spiritual journey. And now we must use all our resources Everything we've learned to calm ourselves down, meditation, breathing, music, walks in nature, all the chakra work, all the Reiki, all the healing, all the prayer. This is the time, pull it all together and make it happen. This is what why I truly believe that this is why everything like everything in our lives that has us been instructive or a challenge in some way, which are all instructive, have brought us to this point, or all the joy and the elation and the beauty of just being in the beauty of the universe. That too. I will keep him in at winter. He's going to be an indoor cat. Debbie, Debbie Bluetero says, I agree. And then I'm just looking at catios. Put one on my porch for him. Um, he's gonna be a pretty well taken care of cat. I don't know how it's gonna go. Maybe he'll like get out and I won't see him again or something. But I somehow doubt that because he's developed such a strong attachment. Like I am his human right now, and I do give him 2 solids a day. Um, oh, that's interesting. GGB said, woke up from a nightmare this morning that the world was infected with an eye plague and that our people, had the antidote. Then I opened YouTube on your channel. How telling. Oh, that's giving me chills. Wow. I really want to hear what everybody's been doing, what spiritual work everybody's been doing. We need to share right now. We need to help each other out. And we truly need to send each other, everybody on this journey, whether they're watching me or not. I mean, everybody that because so many people are suffering. We need to wrap them in light and hold them and ask the angels to hold them. We need to do this. All info isn't given. That's interesting. Oh, wow. All these messages are just giving me chills right now. Ah, thank you, Mimi. Um, so you're saying so Biden will use his power and will be president longer for Kamala to be inaugurated in the spring. I honestly, I think, well, there'll be I don't know. I haven't asked that. I haven't really seen that. I've just seen Kamala and Tim as president and vice president and being sworn in. Oh, thank you, Finborn. Oh yeah, Winston. I mean, Mimi said Winston chose you. Thank you. So let's see if there's anything else that we want to talk about. And I'll do this. I'll try to do these lives more frequently because I know they're really needed, and I love like gathering with with everybody. It's amazing, really, that we're here on together. Yeah, you said our thoughts create our reality. I'm gonna put your. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to take you off. Okay. Our thoughts create our reality. So be positive, have faith. Everything will be okay. I agree. I am an intuitive empath and light worker too, and I'm doing heavy lifting. No, my mouse call. So is that a sign? Never mind. I Mike, I know, but I don't feel fear. You're saying they may be monitoring this channel. I think we're going to be fine. My guides say that this is just an interval in time. It's not how things are going to be. Oh, Pippi Longstocking asked her. I'm going to see if I can click on that. Ask the guides about that. Why don't I ask the guides about the meeting between Biden and Trump? My guides say that Biden is a cool cat, and he is behaving in a way for the world. It's like you have to be so careful when you're the president of the United States because the whole world is watching, and he doesn't want Putin to be able to destabilize our democracy by showing outward upset or fear or doubt. And so this is just something that you would do. This is outwardly. Um, you would if somebody the world thinks somebody won an election or whatever, then you meet with them. But that's not really what this meeting's about at all. The guides say, yeah, the spider and the fly meeting with Trump. Haha. Somewhere I'm going to put your comment here. It's like exactly that. He wants information. He wants to disarm Trump. He wants to figure out what's going on. And it gives him this opportunity because he thinks Trump is an idiot and a dangerous idiot. And he thinks Trump is going to disclose things to him. And there's not going to be privacy. I think it's going to be like people listening. It's going to be recorded. I don't think Trump's going to realize that. Um, and that's what that meeting's about. I just don't feel that Biden's going to give our government to Putin. He's been fighting Putin all this time. He's been such a ally to Ukraine. He's a good man. We have such wonderful people in our government. They just have to figure out like what the vulnerability was, exactly what happened. Um, oh, I just want to say also, if any of you guys have YouTube channels, let everybody know. Um, because we can all visit your channels and see what your predictions are. Yeah, Lisa, I feel the same way. Um, I was gonna put I didn't even see this remark, and I meant to get somebody else's remark. This came up. This is really like interesting. Yes, he will be destroyed. I agree. He will cause deceit to prosper, and he will consider himself superior. When they feel secure, he will destroy many and take a stand against the Prince of Princes. Yet he will be destroyed. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Biden is definitely a light worker. Oh, that's a great question, Finbar. I probably can. I have a touch screen. I probably could just do that. Our allies helping us. They are helping us because this is impacting not just us, but the whole world. And on every level, including their own democracy. So yeah, we're getting all kinds of help here. And we, what did my guide say? Hang on to your hats, kids. It's going to be a bumpy ride, or hang on to your seats, or whatever that is. Uh, a lot. There's going to be a lot to come. As a lot of the psychics I've been watching recently say, it's not over yet. So before I go, I'm going to take some more questions, and I'm just going to ask my guys if there's anything else you need to know right now. Um, they're coming back to the spiritual. And by the way, you guys, when I do personal readings, this is what I do. I just talk to my guides and I hear what they have to say, and I let you know. And if they pretty much can virtually, you can ask them anything really. If um, but I just kind of train myself to be able to hear what they're saying. The guides say spiritually, this is a spiritual, this is spiritual warfare. Never forget it for a second when you find yourself kind of feeding into the media and you're interpreting it on very much like a physical plane. It's good versus evil. It's like the magician card, that this is the card of deceit, gaslighting, illusion, um, the devil behind the magician, the world. They're showing me the world card. This is the world, and it's a beautiful card. She's like, you know, uh, like how can I describe it? She's just like in celebration and like without gravity. She's um in full. uh, her full power. That's what the guides are saying. And it's a beautiful card. Um, so the whole world, the whole world is watching. The whole world is involved in this. And then the next card is there's two more cards they want to show us. Um, Justice. It really represents Biden right now, and Harris too, of course, prosecutor. Will prevail the sun. They're showing me the sun, which means all is going to come out. And then if I would give you like a final card here, it would be two more cards they'll give us because I wanted to give a few more. The star. To me, that really represents the Democrats, but it's things being brought into balance, healing, and then oh, they gave me the strength card, and that to me is Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. So Kamala's in the strength card. It's a beautiful woman. It could be an angel, and there's a lion that she's tamed that's with her in that card, the strength card, like strength, becoming strong, overcoming like ego, all that stuff. But in that card, it's really just representing them. So that's the end result. That's what they say, which means to me, in this reading, in this energy, whatever happens, in I don't know. I'm just a psychic here, doing my own thing, trying to hear what I'm hearing, trying to do it without emotionality in terms of fear or just trying to hear clearly if whatever it is. Nope, that's what they're giving me. They're saying they're going to be sworn in. They're going to be our next president and vice president. So we'll see. I do believe that. I feel it. Uh, that's all I can tell you. I think all the psychics are in this state of like, I'm doing the best I can. I hope that's accurate. But all I can tell you is that it truly resonates in my heart and also in my mind. And I hope, but that's what I see. Oh, peace on earth. You can watch. She says she's late, or he's late. Just watch the replay. It'll come up pretty soon after this is over. Let's see. Everybody aware of what Denise Siegel posted. Join me at noon Central Time for collective prayer for light. Oh, we need to do our prayer before I go. Thank you. I totally forgot we were going to do a prayer, and I know somebody asked me. Are you guys all into it? Do you want to do a prayer with me before I sign off here? Are we good? So if anybody wants to, do this prayer with me, pray in it the way that you pray. But I'm going to do this. So I found this prayer that I actually had downloaded from the internet. I don't even know when. I printed it out and folded it up, and I kind of used it for reference. So light your candles if you can. Do you guys have candles lit? You don't have to, but I think candles can be helpful, but not, but the prayer will work anyway. So we call our angels and our guides around us. We open ourselves to their highest guidance and wisdom, and we ask them to join us here and to um, facilitate for the highest good the prayers that are coming from our hearts. I call upon my divine angels and spirit guides to create and maintain within me a sphere of divine light and energy that provides a barrier against all that is harmful or negative. Within this sphere, I am protected against all and any negativity, psychic attack, or psychic intrusion throughout the night time and the daytime. All negative psychic energies, thoughts, and vibrations are repelled and deflected from my energy space. I'm surrounded by and wrapped in light. I'm surrounded by the angels at all time. I'm protected by the angels and by divine spirit. I wrap, myself in light, and around me, I let the angels put oh my god, I'm seeing the angels. Um, a protective reflective sphere of mirrors that are deflecting any negative energies back to where they come from sevenfold. I'm also holding Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Tim Walz and all who are fighting for her. May they be protected and wrapped in divine light as we come into our next evolutionary journey with Kamala Harris and Tim Walz as our president and vice president in as they are sworn in 2025. May all negativity be dispelled, and I'm imagining it just evaporating like a puff of like smoke. Okay. S for the highest good, so be it, make it so. Thank you. I give gratitude to the angels, to divine spirit who are with us and who are helping us through this tumultuous leg of our journey as we move forward in our evolutionary and spiritual journey. Amen. Oh, all kinds of prayers, prayer services today. Oh, where is that? There's a there's a there's one. Oh, here it is. Annette Dion. Oh, you're welcome, you guys. I was trying to put this one here too. Um, okay, you guys, I'm gonna go now. I love you so much. Oh, I wanted to also mention finally, Midwestern goodbye, they say. When you're saying goodbye, it goes on forever. And I am a Midwestern gal. Um, that usually, I have a musical interlude. I made one. I made one before the election, actually, and I'm going to post that separately as a way to envision our who we truly are. Um, and it's really beautiful. I think, I mean, the picture that I chose, and I hope you like the video anyway. Okay, guys, I love you. I will be back. I'll try to do these if you want me to, these lives more. So we can help each other get through this time. Okay. Love you too. You guys take care. I'm gonna end the stream now, okay? Bye-bye.